Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, people. Make sure you lot are smashing up the lights. Make sure you lot are subscribing to the channel. As always, make sure you lot are subscribing to all these lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we haven't got Jimmy today. Jimmy, unfortunately, has had a root canal. So right now, his tooth broke up. You know what I'm saying? His tooth broke up. So hopefully he'll recover quickly. I'm sure Jimmy will listen in before the Champions League games and whatnot. We've got Chels joining us as well. Andrew will be joining us shortly as well, people. But Charlie, we saying, bro, you good? Another week, another 3 points collected, man. We saying, Charlie?
Yeah, bro, I'm good. Pleasure to be on as always. Yeah, mate, I tell you what, winning and doing well on a pitch don't half make a difference, does it? It feels like it's been a while since, we can speak about Chelsea in a really, really positive light. Things are looking good. We're scoring a lot of goals. There's still a few things we need to work on, but in terms of start to the season, other than the Palace game, where actually I don't even think we played that badly, but the result in that one, that's probably the only slight mark on the start to the season. Other than that, mate, I think we've done really, really well. But we will find out about this team after the break when we play Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, etc. That's where I think we'll get a real gauge of where we're at. But right now, mate, really happy with what I'm seeing. I'm pleasantly surprised as well, because I'll be honest, I weren't really expecting us to do this well so soon.
Exactly. We're definitely going to tuck into it, people, because again, I just find myself bigging Maresca up every single week. You know what I'm saying? Every single week, I keep bigging this guy up, That's why I kept telling people in the summer, be open-minded. Do some research before you want to talk down on these sort of managers or players, right? Couch, what are you saying, bro? You good?
Yeah, man. Just can't wait for the next game now. It's the first time in quite some time. You're like, what was it? We 3 days out from the last game. You're like, you're waiting for the next one. You're waiting for the next one. And yeah, it's just a credit to Maresca again. Like, I stood with him from time. I did my research too. I don't have Y-Scout, but I do my research, right? And he was the guy I wanted from jump. He was the guy I wanted from jump. And it's mainly because this guy has an organization and a balance to his style of play. And, we're seeing that now. The one thing that I wasn't really quite sure on was whether or not he's going to be able to vary his tactics to suit the opponent. And he's already shown that, like, tactically astute enough to recognize what the opponent wants to do and counteracting that. So, credit to him. Long way to continue.
Yeah, 100%, man. AJ, we saying, bro, you good?
Yes, sir. Big up, Don. Another week, another win. It really feels good, like everybody's saying. It's not perfect. We all see that it's not perfect, but we keep it moving. The momentum is what's really important. Just getting those W's. It feels good to get those W's. It's been a while since we just been racking up W's, So, we're getting that feeling back. But again, it's not perfect. Maresca, again, he's handling his business. He surprised me. I didn't know much about him. Credit to Couch for peeping that from early. That's what's up. but yeah, I mean, I just wanted a manager that just has control of the team and is tapped into what we need. And he's really proven to be tapped into what we need, and he's doing it. So, let's continue.
100%, man. I don't know where Chels has gone, people. But listen, we've got 82 people in the house already. Let's go through here. Let's see who's in here right now, man. You got Nehemiah. Big up, my bro. Big yourself up. You've got Zedel, as always. I love how Don and Chels keep smashing the rivals. They know how to rattle them, bro. Listen, I don't know why so many Chelsea fans are scared of rivals, bro. Yeah? Speak your shit. A lot of the things that me and Chels say, trust me, people say it off camera. They're just scared to get clipped up. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? On Chels, what are you saying, bro? It's been a minute since you've been on the channel. What are you saying?
Yeah, it's been a minute. I can't lie. My bad, man. Big up everyone. Big up Charlie. Big up the chat.
Yo. What's up? What's up?
Big up everyone, man. It's a good conversation. Because last time I was on, I think it was last season, but I don't know when.
Nah, he was on in the summer. He was on in the summer, bro.
In the summer?
Yeah, you and Charlie were on.
All right. Yeah. So, but in the summer, we weren't like optimistic at all. We were more in a case of we wanted to prove people wrong. Yep. We hadn't seen any balls being kicked yet, so it's more a case of get good chances in. We believed was the case, and then to see how it goes. But yeah, man. What you man saying? What was the last point of the conversation? He was talking about.
Nah, bro. It was just intro. It was just an intro. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, because listen, people. Obviously, we played Brighton the other day. I did a preview with Ryan. Big up Ryan. Big Brighton fan, and we spoke about the high line. Because I done my research on Brighton. I saw how high that line has been, and obviously last week against Forest, I was telling Couch and these lot in the group chat. I said, "Yo, these man play a mad high line." and I'm seeing Forest on a counter against our players, it's going to be long for these guys if they try and do that, right? And I didn't see them going away from their principles, yeah? And the first few minutes of the game, I was actually looking at the shape of the ball that Chelsea had, and it was good, right? I was happy with the shape that I was seeing off the ball. I've actually got a few screenshots of it as well. Let me just bring this up here. So this was us off the ball, yeah? This is what Chelsea looked like off the ball. If you can see here, this was 3 minutes into the game, right? You've got Sancho there, you know, man to man. You've got Enzo pressing up quite high. You had Madueke on that side there as well, man for man. Palmer and Jackson, as always, in that 4-4-2 sort of pressing up. I'm looking at it thinking, yeah, we've got the control off the ball because we know Brighton want to build up from the back, as always. We know Brighton are good at beating the press. But in that final third, there's a few question marks over there. Because I'm watching the Dingra, for example. He don't look good in the final third. Mitoma's hit and miss, to be fair. Welbeck loves scoring against us. And I'm glad he didn't score against us the other day because he fucking loves to bag against us, yeah? But I was a bit skeptical about their attack. But it's just Sanchez, yeah? In the first few minutes. Sanchez is what was just grinding my gears all game, right? And straight away, I don't know if you guys heard the Brighton fans booing him. They were singing songs. Obviously, Charlie was at the game, yeah? So you would have heard the songs they were singing towards him. And it got into his head, yeah? That's why, for me, I haven't been going overboard with Sanchez so far because we know he's got a bozo moment in him. He was not tapped into this game. Mentally, he was gone, right? He was gone. But again, mentality in this team. They go down straight away. We scored 2 goals that were disallowed right straight after that. Offside, yeah?
Yeah, I think we had 3 in total ruled out for offside in the game because Kukurea had 1 second half as well.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, in the second half as well. Right?
Yeah.
And then straight away, you're seeing, obviously, Palmer. The ball goes over the top to Jackson. Jackson, again, creating for Palmer. That's what I'm saying. The best partnership in the league right now. Whether people like it or not, KDB can't stay fit. So the conversation right now is Jackson and Palmer are the best partnership in the league. He sets up Palmer again. You know, a nice little link-up play between Sancho and Enzo. I like that little link-up they've got in the left half space as well, you know, to combine. Switch of play from Palmer, straight to Sancho, being direct, gets into the box, wins a penalty, Cole Palmer again. Yeah, the third goal, people. Yeah, the free kick. Again, right now I'm just briefly touching up on it because we're gonna go through Cole Palmer. We're gonna have a Cole Palmer party today, people. Yeah, we're gonna have a Cole Palmer rave today, bro. This is the best play in the Prem, like I put in the title. Yeah, the third goal, the free kick, and the fourth goal, the movement between him and Sancho was brilliant, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So overall, listen, I wasn't happy with the control in the game because a lot of the time I feel like we could have been better in possession. Like, for example, Caicedo was sloppy on the ball. Fofana was sloppy on the ball at times. Gusto was sloppy on the ball. Colwill was sloppy on the ball at times. He played some good passes into the midfield as well. But overall, I've seen these lot play better on the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? Against West Ham, we were perfect on the ball, to be honest with you. Right? We hardly gave it away. Right? But this game, there was a few things that were bugging me on the ball. But defensively, to be honest with you guys, we were quite good. Sanchez made some good saves away from the bozo moments. You know, and again, we're clinical in front of goal, and that's what won us the game. You know, so Charlie, what was your take on the game, man? What did you sort of take from Maresca sort of changing up from constantly controlling the game to just playing it into the midfield, one ball over the top?
Well, I think he probably because he said himself, like first half, they was a little bit surprised at how Brighton set up on the ball. They're like obviously they weren't quite expecting that. We had a little bit of a slow start. We obviously go to 1 goal down, but you know that Brighton are playing the high line, and pretty much after we went the goal down, every time we went forward, I felt like we were going to score. With like the amount of times we were getting in behind with ease, and like people talk about Brighton making mistakes, but actually the high line didn't have anything to do with the first couple of goals. But yeah, for me, I was really impressed. It feels so good having an attack, having had the players we've had over the years, where every time we go forward, you generally think we could actually score a goal. And like in that game, we honestly, mate, we could have scored 7 or 8. That wouldn't have been an exaggeration. If it had ended up 7 or 8-2, that wouldn't have been unfair. What I'm really liking is how obviously Jackson and Palmer sort of have had a season together. Madueke's obviously into the team as well. But Sancho's come in and he seems to be hitting it off with those guys straight away. Obviously, you know, he'll have a little bit of a relationship with some of them guys from where he's played before and that and whatnot. But just the sort of you know, how the link up with the attack is and how quickly that seems to have materialized is a huge plus. Now, of course, we know we're not going to outscore teams every week, and yeah, we scored 6 against Wolves, 4 in this one, 3 against West Ham, but that's not going to happen every single week. So whilst we can, let's make the most of it. But it's really good to know that on our day, and for me, in my opinion, mate, on our day, if our attack's firing like it did against Wolves, firing like it did in this game, bro, I don't care if it's Saliba and Gabriel, I don't care if it's Van Dijk, I don't care if it's Diaz or whatever. Like if we're playing to the top of our abilities, like we have done on a few occasions this season, it's game over for all those teams. They're not stopping us. And we've got so many different options as well. To think that Joao Felix didn't even play against Brighton and Kunku played 10 minutes. Like the depth that we've got is mad. And I think also this is kind of where the directors deserve a little bit of praise as well. That they've been hammered and rightly so. But when they do things good, let's give them a little bit of praise in isolation. And you actually sort of see in now, and I've sort of wondered what the plan is at times and wonder sort of what they're doing with this squad. But you look at it now and you think, okay, you can see what's happening here. We've got options. We can play different teams on a Thursday and play a different team on a Sunday. So I think things are looking good. The game itself, I was pleased with our attacking. As you said, Don, I actually don't think we defended that badly. It's just obviously Sanchez cost us 2 goals. And against better opposition, if he does that, that could be the difference between winning and losing games. So we're going to have to hope that it don't happen in the big games, because against an Arsenal or against the City or whatever, if we do that could be the end for us. But no, I think another positive performance, and we're racking up those W's. That's 4 wins on the spin now in all competitions.
Crazy, bro.
There's very little not to like about this team right now. I thought it was a solid performance. We obviously had a bit more control in the game second half. First half was a little bit end to end as such, almost a little bit of a throwback to last season. But because we're clinical, it didn't really matter too much. So, bro, I was really happy with what I saw in general.
No, 100%, bro. And the thing is, you're spot on. Right now, we've got the best attack in the league, right?
It's not even a debate for me.
The proof is in the bro. The proof's in the pudding. We've scored the most amount of goals right now. I know there's been obviously it's only 5 games, but if you think about it, we didn't score against Man City, right? So in 4 games, we've scored 15 goals. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, we got 1 against Bournemouth as well. So yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, and against Palace, we had 5 missed big chances. Yeah, Madueke should have had at least 2 goals in that first half, right? We have someone more clinical.
Yeah,
at least
that's
those chances that he had. Yeah, he bags that. Yeah, so that goes to show me that right now we're creating some very good chances. Yeah, us and Arsenal are at the top with 20 big chances created. Yeah, they kind of stat padded their thing against Leicester. To be fair to them, do you know what I'm saying? But us, it's actually been spread across various games. But AJ, listen, I want to talk about that left-hand side because listen, Charlie mentioned Sancho. For me, he had a very good game. I think he had 7 completed take-ons in the game. He won us the penalty. He got an assist for Palmer as well for the 4th goal. What did you think of his performance, and what do you feel like he's brought to that left-hand side, man?
I think he's actually getting better. I think that was probably his most complete performance for us, in terms of controlling the ball, keeping the ball, beating his man, being efficient, getting an assist, causing a penalty. He was super involved in all phases of the game. Defensively, we didn't see anything, from that. So honestly, I think he's doing his thing, and he's brought stability. That's really what he's brought. Stability on that side, dependency. We can actually guarantee that he's going to hold on to the ball. It's not Mudryk who's giving up the ball. Who else was playing on the left side? Our left side has been weak.
Bro. That was grenade.
Bro, it's been a while, so yeah, he's doing his thing, man.
I tell you what, it makes such a big difference as well to be able to have an equal threat down both sides, because for so long now, the left-hand side it's not been redundant, but it's not an awful lot has gone down it. It's always been very centered either down the middle or down the right. But now you've actually got equal threat on both sides, which makes us that much more dangerous as a team. And it's early days for Sancho, but considering he didn't play much, considering the form that he'd been in at United, to hit the ground running this well in his first 3 games bodes really well for us.
100%, bro. And you can see right now, Jadon Sancho is now registering more successful take-ons per game than any other player in the Prem. He has also registered the joint 3rd most assists in the Premier League as well, right? And he's the third player since Fabregas for Chelsea to get 3 assists in a row, bro. Yeah, after making his debut. That's mad. And I'm seeing people trying to criticize the assists that he's getting at the minute. But if you watch Sancho for Dortmund, you would know that's how he plays, bro. He's a facilitator. Yeah, the assists don't need to be Hollywood passes like what Bruno tries to do all the time, trying to do grenade football. Just caress the ball, bro. For the fourth goal, he caressed it into the space for Palmer to just hit it first time, right? For the goal against Bournemouth when Nkunku scored, he caressed it into Nkunku, bro. It was perfect. It was a perfect pass. Against West Ham, obviously, Jackson did most of the work. But again, it was a similar sort of pass. He just caressed it into the space for Jackson to take it. So he's always thinking about the attacker. Do you know what I'm saying? Couch, what have you thought about Sancho's performances so far, man?
Yeah, it's been excellent. There's no question about it. Space investigator, a protagonist in the attack, a guy that loves to, combine in the final third, accurate passes into the 18. Like you can go on and on about what he's done. I mean, we haven't really seen him much in transition because it seems like most of our transitional play is happening down the right. But I mean, I'm sure he's adept at that as well. I'm sure he could be utilized in that role as well. But overall, like, I mean, outside of maybe one performance where I thought he was a little bit muted, I don't think that he's had a game where, he hasn't really been a difference maker for us on that flank. And, long may continue. He's obviously showing a bit of an understanding with Cucurella out there. They seem to have a good understanding on the pitch. Him and Enzo seem to be combining well. And those, I'm telling you, man, those little like delicate passes in that 18-yard box to find the feet of receiver, we don't have a lot of guys that can do that. Just like that quick, the angled pass about 5 to 6 yards that finds the feet of a receiver, like right in stride, not breaking stride to catch up to it. We don't have a lot of guys that can do that, and he is that guy. You can see why we wanted to bring him into the side now because of that, that ability, in the final third and whatnot. So, that's all we need to see.
Bro. Of course. And listen, as much as Palmer is the best creator in the team, you want most of your attackers to be able to create, bro. Because last season we had a problem in that 10 role with Gallagher playing every week. Like, I know Gallagher, improved last year and he scored goals for us. But let's be real, Gallagher's not a 10. And I used to speak about it time and time again about him breaking down our attacks, right? Now you can look at the team. You've got Felix that can create, Nkunku can create, you've got Sancho that can create, Palmer can create. So it's not predictable. It's not constantly going to Palmer, let him do all the work. Let's, share the numbers across the team, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's what we're doing. Like if you look at the start in front four, Jackson, Palmer, and Sancho have all got 3 assists already, and Madueke has obviously got 3 goals. But like out of the start in front four, 3 of the 4 have got a minimum of 3 assists already in 6 games. So everyone's contributing. So whilst Palmer is like probably still the main man, like we've seen against West Ham, I know he scored, but we've seen against Bournemouth as well, that actually if he has a quiet game or he's marked out of the game and is not perhaps quite as effective, that's not game over for us, because now the supporting cast are starting to step up, which is what they need to do. And it's making a big difference. So if Palmer don't have a good game, like we don't have to stress about it too much, because we've got other people that are going to do the business for us.
100%, bro. 100%. And listen, Couch mentioned earlier about Enzo. He spoke about the fact that he's now combining with Sancho. And for me, everyone knows now that I don't like Enzo in that left half space. But for me, I was looking at the dynamic between Sancho and Enzo, because they're quite technical, right? And you can tell they've both got football brains, right? So and clearly when they're playing together, it seems to be helping Enzo, because his performances have picked up. The other day, he played well, in my opinion. I'll probably say he was our best midfielder the other day, obviously barring Palmer, yeah? Out of him and Caicedo, he was better than Caicedo. Chez, what do you think Sancho's actually done to help Enzo, bro? Because every time he's played with Enzo so far, it seems to have improved his performances.
He's given Enzo's been given a reliable outlet. That's the difference. So why I think Enzo and Sancho so far have performed well is because Sancho loves to retain the football. He's good at dribbling, keeping hold of the ball. He's also good one-on-one. And all 3 of those attributes mean that if he's not progressing the ball or keeping it nice and ticking, he's taking his man on, creating space to other players. Therefore, Enzo can go into that pocket. And that's why he's able to occupy that space. Whereas last season, if no one's making that run or keeping the ball, and he's keep having to force it to the right to Palmer or force it to Jackson, it limits his options. And then he's losing the ball looking around. Caicedo's on the island. So the balance of the team overall is better with the personnel and the setup. So he's why Sancho is doing well, and it kind of works. I think I said to you the other day on that. Sancho kind of hugs the touchline and loves to take one-on-one. Whereas Madueke is more of a touchline winger. He does take those man with a bit more pace. And that kind of balance with Jackson, they're dropping in and going forward helps. See the West Ham game, for example, Jackson drops in and other players go forward. So I just
100%.
think, and also, which we haven't mentioned, is Sancho's a point to prove as well.
Yeah.
He's like Mandem, like when people talk rubbish about you in life, in your own job, whatever jobs you guys have, and you know you've got the ability, and whatever reason you're not performing, but people downgrade your overall performances beforehand and make it like you've done nothing. He's like, wait, I've still balled out at Dortmund. I've still done my thing in these other clubs. Let me go Chelsea and prove myself. And the ownership, this is so far, I don't think they would have bought him if they thought he had a bad attitude. Because
they turned down Duran, didn't they, after background check?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Reason. I remember us speaking with Don months ago, and obviously you were a bit more pessimistic about the way we were going. And we were telling you, bro, like, it looks this way, but no plans straight away when they start look perfect. Nothing when you start.
I wasn't pessimistic.
And there's always a 1, 2, 3, and you keep going up, and eventually the bricks start building. You can start seeing the building shape.
No, I wasn't pessimistic. It was more just.
I was talking about more, when we were speaking with Charlie, because I remember we had a debate. It's not a bad thing. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah. 100%. That's what you want, though. You want Charlie to come back. You want Dan. Obviously, Dan's always crashing.
Yeah, Dan as well.
Yeah, I want to be proven wrong at the end of the day. That's what you want.
100%.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Speak for yourself, bro.
No, I was going to say, like, obviously, like, it's. Like, I think at the start, it's very, as Chels said, it's very difficult to see like where this might go in a few years' time. And I think it's fair to say that at that point in time, I was a little bit unsure about sort of direction and what we were doing and how all the pieces were going to fit together. But when you sort of see a little bit further down the line, you've got a bit more evidence and you can see like what's happening. Then absolutely, it does appear that, you know what, maybe we did know what we were doing. Maybe there is like a bit of a cohesive plan here, the squad that's being built. And I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong on things that I'm a little bit unsure about and, question the club about. That's what you want as a fan. You want your doubts to be proven wrong. And right now, like, it's so refreshing to talk about Chelsea and not have anything negative to say. Like there isn't anything. Like how many times have we spoken negatively about the club? Like how tiresome is it over the last couple of years? Oh, this is shit. Oh, when are we next gonna, get our way back up there? Look, we're not there yet, but
what's so jarring though is like even against the bigger teams we played, and we always have injuries.
Yeah.
It's like in the last 2 years, nothing has gone even like 50% right. It's just been if this happens, this happens. If he comes back, this player goes.
Bro, remember last season? But during the last season,
so jarring.
But between matches, we were like 2 or 3 players between games were being added to the injury list, and that happened for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks on the spin.
I'm glad you lot spoke about that, because let's talk about Maresca now, because first of all, when it comes to the ownership and that, obviously it's gone quiet now. All of a sudden, you're not seeing the media talking about Chelsea are a mess. All I ever see in the media now is Cole Palmer's the best player in the league.
No, bro, they got that saved for the international break. Watch as soon as the international break comes, negative article coming out. Like, within the first
the talk's going to be about like where Chelsea, now they have to play Liverpool. This is when the games get real.
Yeah, no,
all sorts of negativity.
It'll be the opposite. It'll be, should Chelsea be challenging now?
Yes.
That's the one they'll do.
I was gonna get to that, Chess, but for now, listen, the narrative has changed in the media, and I'm not surprised it's changed because, like I said in pre-season, fans are fickle. And for me, I was looking at Maresca, and I did my Maresca video. I said he needs to come in and have a better start than Poch, because last year Poch had a shit start, and that caught up with us in the end. Yeah, because we're gonna have adversity in the season, people. It's not gonna be perfect every single game, right? We're gonna have performances where we look at it and these lot were shit. We're gonna have performances where we should have won, but we lost or we drew, right? It happens to every single team, yeah. But the main thing is that we're seeing our team improving. And for me, I was speaking about this last year. There were so many rivals trying to whoop my mind, trying to tell me my players aren't that good. I'm overrating my players. And I didn't call any of my players world class. I just said we've got a good team, right? We've got a good squad. It's about making them into a team. I'm watching Poch play multiple people out of position. I can't be ignoring these things, yeah? But now I'm seeing United fans talking about, You can't talk about Mainu because Mainu's not being used correctly. Look at all the space in the midfield. Oh, look at all that. Look at all of this. You had Arsenal fans defending Rice in the summer. Oh, how can Rice perform when he's got all that space in the midfield? When I'm talking about this with my players, it's they need to perform better. You spent 115 million on them. And I'm sorry, I don't look at football like that, bro. Yeah, I watch the game tactically, bro. And if I can see the manager is struggling to make just do basic things like what Maresca's doing, putting out a basic lineup, yeah, in-game management, right? The injuries as well, like I said, for me, I kept speaking about this. I said, Maresca, for me, I feel like it's going to minimize our injuries. When I checked the injury record last year, I keep speaking about it. He kept James Justin fit. He kept Ricardo Pereira fit. And both of them just came back from big injuries, yeah? They didn't have one single injury between them. Look at it now, Charlie, like you were saying, bro. Yeah? The only person injured is Reece. Yeah? Allah, Buddha, Jesus, they can't save him. No one can save him. Put the gods together, they can't save Reece, bro. Yeah? That shows you that right now, the style of play that we've got, the fact that we're not running about constantly guard contests, is actually tactics now, right? Are actually helping our players stay fit. And that's the only way we're going to kick on. That's the only way we're going to go challenge in the future. We need to keep our main players fit, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But Couch, what have you, thought about Maresca so far, bro? Like, obviously, I asked you this question a few weeks ago, and I know you like him and whatnot. But listen, again, he's showed again how adaptable he is, right? What did you think of the change in style the other day?
Yeah, again, just showing that he's tactically astute. A guy that analyzes what the opponent is doing and has the ability to communicate to his team what they need to do to be successful. I don't think that he's maybe the Crystal Palace game. I don't think that tactically he set us up correctly in that one with I think it was Enzo. It was Caicedo that was dropping into the back line. I don't, for whatever reason, I didn't think that worked very well. But for the most part, this guy's shown us that in the 5 games in the league right now, he understands how to win in the Premier League, and he understands how to set up a team. And more important than all of that, and which is what I thought was lacking from even Poch last year, which I don't even really want to talk about, was, the communication, the ability to communicate your ideas to your team and get them to get a response. Like how many times last year did we come out of the half after having a good half, relatively good, and then the team just looks completely discombobulated and unorganized again? Like, how do you go into the locker room and not come out with a better idea of what you want to do? So like, it's communication for me. It's communication, right? Like your ability to communicate your ideas. We saw the Wolves game, helter skelter first half, all over the place. Come back out the second half and we're bombing on these guys. Just literally bombing on these guys.
That's no coincidence.
It's no coincidence, man. And then like you look at like even this last game, granted, we had the best work was done in the first half because we scored most. We did all the damage then, but the best football was being played in the second half. We controlled the game. We were able to break on them in numbers countless times. And like the little like tweaks like to the system. Like you saw Palmer drop into that little half space just below the halfway line, and every time he got it, first touch in behind the defense, first touch in behind the defense, accurate passes. That's not Palmer understanding that that's where he needs to be. That's him being told by the manager, this is what I want you to do in the game, and him just executing that. Like it goes beyond that for me. Like it's just we have a manager right now that understands how to communicate and how to get his message.
It's also good as well to see that like when we go ahead in games, we don't just sit back after we go 1 or 2 up. We will go for 3, 4, 5s, like and we'll still play our stuff. Last season, it was very much you get a 1 or 2, you stop playing, and you sort of just hope that you don't concede. Yeah, exactly. And now we're going for it, and that's why I think you will see us in a number of games this season. We will score 3s, 4s, and 5s. We might let 1 or 2 in, but I think as long as when you've got that firepower we've got, I would back us to outscore most teams. It's not going to happen every week. We know it's not going to happen every week, but it's just nice, as Couch was saying, you've got a manager that can switch things up in game, get his message across clearly. And that makes such a big difference for us. And you're already seeing that just 6 games in.
What you're saying, is that obviously the bigger teams is where we will look at him and a bit more critically, because obviously those are the finer margins where if you concede 2 goals, that could be the difference between you losing and winning. So they're big games you have to be careful about. We don't want to go overboard like he's doing everywhere. But what I would say is, like Couch said, it's night and day from last season. Last season, we'd go into halves winning and we'd be conceding within 10 minutes. The team would drop, the intensity would drop, the players' heads would drop, and before you know it, we're fighting for a draw, maybe getting a winner, or we'd lose the game. Wolves at home, Sheffield United away.
Bro, how many late winners did we get last season, by the way?
None.
Last season, bro, we had so many late winners in games.
And
last season,
now because what we'll do is we concede, and then we'd be like inviting pressure, and we'd realize, oh wait, we're not winning the game. In the last 10 minutes, we'd have to come out and get a goal. Yeah. And to me, this season, that's what I want to see from Maresca, man. Like these quality players that we have, for me, you can utilize them the way you want to. So for me, there's loads of ways in which to win a game. You don't have to go gun-ho. You don't have to be too defensive. But because the players you've got are very versatile, you can be adaptable in the way you play and still achieve the results you need to get. So that's why in the bigger teams, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a lot more optimistic this year than the last 2 years, because I know if we do go ahead, like against Arsenal at home 2-0, you get maybe a lucky goal here or there, I know for a fact you can bring on Lavia and short the midfield. Maybe we drop someone into the midfield or whatever you need to do, or maybe bring Cuckoo to hold up play. I don't know what you need to do, but for me, I'm very excited for the next few weeks to come. I'm hoping Maresca's tactics that we're talking about, he can show that in the bigger teams. Because if we can get that right, then we're having different conversations in the few weeks' time.
You touch up on a good spot there, Andrew. You've come in for a good little topic I want to touch up on, because first of all, Levi's been coming out. Levi Cole, we got Levi Cole. He's another player that Maresca started to improve. He spoke about Maresca, said he's given me a lot of confidence and put a lot of trust in me to play my football, to start it from the back. I can just say thank you to him for letting me play my football and for being good at pushing me, right? And that's something I kept speaking about last season, people. I said, I'm looking at Cole right now, and he does not look like he's enjoying his football, He's playing in a position where he's trying to learn. He spoke about it in an interview where he said, I'm still trying to learn this position. And for me, I'm like, bro, there isn't no time to be doing no trial and error. Play the guy in his best position. Trust the guy. And that's the problem that I had with Poch. He wasn't trusting enough of our players, Whereas Maresca is like, I trust you, I see your ability. I'm going to play you there, right? Right now, Levi Cole has been our best defender. I know you didn't have the best game the other day, but it wasn't a stinker, I've seen him have better games. It was just an average game, But everyone pulled together as a team to get us over the line. But Chez, you make a good point about obviously against the bigger sides. And obviously, Andrew, the narrative last season was Chelsea do better against the bigger sides. And if I remind you, bro, we played Arsenal at the Bridge. Obviously, we drew that game because fucking Sanchez wanted to be a bozo. They didn't have a single shot on goal for 70 minutes. We go away. We obviously lost that game 5-0. I mean, listen, that game, before the game, when I saw the lineup, I told my boys, I said, if you man don't smoke us, you're not serious. We had no Palmer. We had no Gusto. We had Gilchrist at right back. Remember, he changed Chalobah and Silva. He dropped them. He played Disasi and Badiashile. Enzo was on one leg. Remember, he came off at halftime. He had surgery after that. It was a shit show, Liverpool, first game of the season, with better finishes, we win that game. Away, Poch decided to become just spacious island again, right? We lose that game, we get battered. Newcastle away, after the international break, we get battered. We beat them at home, right? Spurs, we beat them both times. Villa, we beat them. We played them 4 times, but we drew. We beat them once, and we only lost once. Then we drew the other 2 games. So overall, I could see that there was just a little bit of quality lacking from the manager to get us over the line, and there was quality in the players to get us over the line. How do you think that we're gonna do when it comes to like these bigger teams, bro? Because we've got tougher games after the international break, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna find out who's the phony tough and the crazy brave when after this run, because it's going to test everyone, It's going to point out our weaknesses probably in a major way, and hopefully can situate our positives in a major way as well. But I'm worried obviously about Liverpool away. This might sound mad, but like we haven't won 11 years at Old Trafford, so I'll need to get that ghost exercise. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we can't win there this season. It's mad.
Yeah. Newcastle at home, we always really beat them. There's rarely any draws in that one. Is Villa away? Or is it at home?
Villa we beat the Villa away in the FA Cup.
No. Is Villa on this run that we're about to go on?
Villa's not on this run. We've got Liverpool away. We've got Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, and Man United.
Yeah, the Arsenal one's at home, I think, right? So yes, that would be a test. Like you said, last year we really did a job with them until Sanchez, just like this weekend, had a bozo moment and decided to give Declan Rice all his glory, and then we just capitulated right at the end. So it's going to be an interesting one. We're going to go into it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everyone comes back healthy after the international break. We're going to go into hopefully strong minus probably Reece James, and let's see what we can do. It's really a chance for Maresca to pit his wits against other top coaches. Really, let's see how good is this Chelsea team.
Yeah,
how good are they?
If we do, like, we're doing well now, right, and people are starting to take a little bit of notice of us, but if we come through this run of matches next, and let's say, we pick up a couple of wins or whatever, that's when I think people will really start to take notice of us and realise, you know what, this is a serious team. Like, we started well, but, rightfully so, there are still sort of the question marks. I know how will they get on against the big teams? And, those are questions that we're going to have to answer. And I think, I think we can do well, but this is where we're going to really find out how far this team has come in a short space of time. And I think we should be embracing the challenge.
Fact, information. The only thing is, we know our weaknesses. So the thing is, so if we come away from this game and I see the bozo moments at the back and the goalkeeper, no one's going to be surprised. But it'll be disappointing. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not overly optimistic that we're going to win them. But it would be nice to see Sanchez and these guys step out for these games and cut out these errors to prove us wrong. Because we're all going to these games thinking, Sanchez, don't make that mistake there again. Or Fofana, wake up and concentrate when you're passing the ball. Don't like lose concentration.
You know what the difference is now, though, Chess? You know the difference is now.
This time is different. That's the only PTSD I have.
100%, bro. If you look at our team and our bench, first of all, people, there's 315 people in the house. Listen, we've got 113 likes. Let's get that to 200, man. The next 2 minutes, people. Just smash. Take 2 seconds. It's free. You know what I'm saying, people? But like I was saying, we've actually got a bench right now which can actually help us change. Oh shit, am I back? My connection was moving crazy, bro.
No, you're good.
Am I back?
Yeah.
We've actually got a bench that can help us change pictures, Like the other day, the in-game management against Brighton was spot on. He brings on Vega. Obviously, he brought on Nkuku. And what I really liked about Jackson coming off as well is the fact that even though he didn't score, you could see how frustrated he was, and the fans were clapping him off, bro. Stamford Bridge were clapping this guy off, and you know that if you go games, like me and Charlie go to a lot of games and that, bro, like you hear a lot of moans and groans with Jackson last season. Now, when I saw them clapping, I was like, yo, this is different, Charlie, because I haven't seen this.
People appreciate him, and like I think Maresca said it himself. Like if Jackson don't get GNA in a game, it doesn't mean that he's played badly. Like he still offers a lot. He still offers a lot to the team. Even if he does miss chances, like even against Brighton, right? He probably should have had a couple of goals, but he got an assist and he still played well and did a job for the team. And I think people are starting to now appreciate what he actually does for the team. Whereas last season they probably didn't know much about him. They're a little bit unsure. Like people know Jackson's going to miss chances. We know that, but he offers a lot to this team, and I think people are now realizing how important he is.
100%, bro. And like I said,
the things is missing.
Go on, Couch.
No, the thing that's missing from this whole equation right now, what we're talking about, and the team that we've assembled is the database, the data-driven like discoveries we've made. Like Jackson is that. He is that. He was a guy that came out of nowhere.
Could you imagine, by the way, if he passed his medical at Bournemouth when he was meant to sign for him in that January?
Exactly.
How mad is that?
Bro,
right.
It's crazy. It's crazy how football works, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? But again, when I'm looking at the teams that should be competing this year, the likes of Arsenal, even Man City now without Rodri. To be fair, I still rate their depth. But Arsenal, they've got a 22-man squad, and in that squad, they've got a few players that are injury prone, bro. Yeah, Zinchenko, Jesus, even Califuori, Timber. Let's see, how fit he can stay. White doesn't seem like his fitness is there this season. I'm looking at our bench, Charlie. Yeah, we can bring on some mad attackers against these guys, bro. So even if we're losing games, at least we know we're not having to depend on, like Mudryk, for example. Mudryk might not even come on when we play against these teams, and let's say we're losing, right? And we've got so many options like Vega to help us see out games. The other day, Vega was brought on to see out the game. It's about time we've got men at the back. Do you know what I'm saying? It's about time, bro, because last season we were too easy to play against, bro. Way too easy.
Well, we got, as you said though, there's so many options now, and like even if the starting team's not doing that well, like people talk about they talk about the squad planning and that, and then you look at the bench, right, and the fact that you can bring on Felix, Nkunku, Neto, Mudryk, like you can bring on these guys, and look, one of them is probably going to do something. So it's such a great position to be in, where if it does. I'm not really too fussed within reason who starts, because everyone pretty much does a job when they play. Like when we make wholesale changes, the performance doesn't really change. Like everyone knows their job and knows their role in the system, which is a hallmark of a well-coached team. And I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, like, you might sort of question the plan, but if my team can bring on Felix, Nkunku, Mudryk, Neto and whatnot, I'm pretty happy about that. And that is something that we've got over other teams that's going to make a big difference. And that's what I fancy us to do reasonably well in the league this season, because where other teams have got Champions League, Europa League, they're going to be playing better opposition and perhaps don't have the squad depth that we've got. Certainly in this initial phase of the Conference League, bro, we can play 1-11 on Thursday and 1-11 on Sunday, and it's not going to affect us in the Premier League. That's such a big plus.
It's also now
we scored 5. We scored 9 goals in the week, and with 2 different teams.
Yeah,
I don't care.
There's also now, in I spoke to this a couple of weeks ago. I think there's now a core 6 that are going to start this, and that's Cucurella, Colwell, Enzo, Caicedo, Palmer, and Jackson. They seem to be like a core 6 of a spine that's starting to be built, like we talked about. All the other pieces are.
Is Sanchez in there? You didn't put Sanchez in there?
I don't want to mention that. Yeah, I don't mention that. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna spine. He's gonna fine. He's like whatever. He's there at the back. What I'm saying is that there seems to be now a building of a spine, a continuous healthy spine that's there. So we can slot in and out. We can sort of tossing in for Fana in. Hopefully Gusto or James come back and solidifies a right back spot like that. But even the wingers are interchangeable. You know, maybe Lavia comes in now and again. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe he establishes himself and becomes part of that core 6, and Enzo drops or whatever it is. It's just looking back and not seeing faceless guys that you look like you're playing on pro clubs on the bench like we did last season, compared to what it is now, where like I think it was Dewsbury Hall didn't even make the bench.
No, he was left out of squad completely.
Yeah, I remember Couch was the bench king, because he used to look at the bench every single match. I knew I'd see a message from Couch saying, "Man, what the fuck is that bench? What the fuck is that bench?"
We're not even putting 2 goalkeepers on there anymore, right? We used to put 2 goalkeepers on there.
No, we're not doing it.
Like, and that was another thing that just killed me. Like, instead of putting an academy kid on there to just round out the bench a little bit more, he's putting on 2 goalkeepers.
2 goalkeepers. Anyway. I mean, Jao Felix didn't even come on. Did Jao Felix didn't even come on Saturday?
I want to say this about like the depth.
Keep forgetting about Jao
It's
Felix.
important to analyze this conference league thing that we're doing.
Yeah,
I just want to say this real quick. This conference league thing that we're doing right now is not only beneficial to the overall squad, because you're getting guys in form in a competition that, you know, it's a lesser competition, but you still have to play. We want to perform in that competition. They're getting their repetition in there. And then when they come in, you know, on the weekend to sub in for anyone, they already have their match fitness up. They already have their confidence up and whatnot. So as much as like I'm not really elated that we're playing in the conference league, it is such a good training ground for the full squad. You know, I mean, it's a good opportunity for these other players to get opportunities to run.
And it's as well, like, there's so many facets to that as well, yeah? Sorry, Don.
No, go.
But the main thing is competition as well, and match fitness, like you just said. So if you play World Conference League, doesn't mean you're going to play, but if you perform and you're training and you're doing well, eventually you'll get your chance. And that Noni Madueke, who's been a bit stinky, he falls out and drops into the Conference League, and now he wants to get back into it.
But
so then that pushes the whole level up. And another part I was going to say was, it gets used to us playing European football. Yes, albeit it's 3 or 2 tiers lower than we want, but they still get used to the mindset of playing Friday.
Yeah,
Saturday,
the only difference there, is
Sunday.
if we're playing in the UCL, you're not rotating as much, right? Like the players that are playing on the weekend
is
are
very,
more than
very
likely
true.
the
That's
ones
true.
that are playing on the
Yeah, but the
weekend,
thing is,
right?
though, Koch, the thing is, though, I get what Chez is saying, because end of the day, when we first saw the B team playing, you could see that these lot don't know how to play together, right? What I saw against Barrow the other day shows me that they're all understanding what Maresca expects from them. I know it's only Barrow, but we lost to Barrow last season, bro. Yeah, we just
Bro,
about
struggled against Wimbledon as well. We scraped by them 2-1. We had to chuck on the big boys from the bench. Like, bro, we struggled in games like Leicester last minute winners, Leeds as well. Like we struggled against
Newcastle.
Yeah. Mudryk had to come on and save this guy. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm not looking at any games and I'm thinking, oh, actually, apart from Bournemouth and Cuckoo came on and saved us. Yeah, you know. But Sancho changed the game in the second half.
But it keeps, but as Chels was saying, you know, it keeps the levels high. Like how many times last season, right? There was a spell where Jackson was going through a bit of a rough patch, and he probably should have been taken out of the team, but we had no other option, so he had to play. Now, if someone's not playing well, someone's going to take your place. You know, if Madueke knows that if he has another bad game, Neto's going to take that slot. You know, if someone has a bad game, someone else
needs to be top, by the way.
Yeah, I agree. And so, like, you're keeping on people on their toes. They know that if they don't play well, the next person is right there to take their place, and they're going to run with it for a few games, and then they're going to be determined to get back into the side and use
on non-competitions and whatnot. He's so frustrating because I know I'm deviating a bit and whatever, but he gets in good areas. He shows good ability, like his pace or his dribbling. And then when he gets to the final third, he's either selfish or it's a poor shot. And the thing is getting on my nerves because you can see he's like not that far away from being a good player where he's consistent and scoring goals. But I think he just needs to be dropped. Just a random point I've put.
The thing is, what it is,
I want to see Neto there, man. I want to see Neto there.
For real. For me,
Neto looks hungry. When he's playing, he looks hungry. Look at Neto play.
Yeah, I want to see Neto start on the right because he started on the left mainly, and for me, he's better on the right.
He come on the right on Saturday, didn't he?
Yeah, he did the right.
He did.
He did play right side. Yeah,
he played on the right, and he started against Barrow on the right as well, right? And he scored. But listen, for me with Madueke, it's just that final decision making because he's finding himself in dangerous areas. Yeah, he's finding space. He's isolating defenders. And it's so frustrating, like what you're saying, Chez. Yeah, he can have so many more assists. He's trying to be more of a bagger than a creator. Be both. Yeah, mix up your GA, bro. Yeah, because either way, people are gonna look at your goals and your assists, and that's what I want to go on to next. Because I don't want to speak about Madueke too much. For me, he's a squad player anyway. He's not guaranteed to start.
Let me just say this though, because I think that the reason why we're noticing this so much is just because the decision making in the final third amongst the other players right now has become very, very good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so he's like the outlier now because you're like everyone else making the right decisions in the final third. He becomes the outlier when he gets on the ball and he's not making the right decisions. Like, oh my god,
why he feels more goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
He sees the man getting assist and goal, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I can't leave this picture no GA."
That's exactly it, isn't it? When you start forcing it, that's when things go wrong, and it's not going to happen. He just needs to, like, even if other players are outperforming him in them attacking positions, he's just got to keep playing his game. And like, if he starts getting in his own head, maybe, or start thinking, "Shit, I need to match these guys and whatnot," then that's where it's going to go wrong. But only for me, I don't mind if Madueke plays. I don't mind if Neto plays. Like, everyone's going to contribute. But I do agree. Like against West Ham and against Brighton, those weren't particularly great games, and I think Neto's got every right to be starting against Nottingham Forest on Sunday. I expect he'll start. I expect he'll start Thursday as well, but I'd expect him to maybe play an hour. Madueke comes on for the last half or whatever, and then I think Neto will start Sunday. Maresca's not afraid to make. So I'm not saying this is a big decision, but he's not afraid to switch things up. If someone's not playing well, he'll take them off. If someone's not playing well, he'll rotate them out the next week or whatever. He's not afraid to do that. So for me, I think Neto will probably come in. But yeah, Don, I've got to shoot now, bro. Mate, love having me on as always, guys. And enjoy the rest of the show, people. Take care.
Just Charlie. Listen, make sure you lot are following Charlie. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. His channel's in the description, people. Make sure, man. I'll be on Charlie's channel this week as well. So make sure you're subscribing to him, man. But listen, let's have a party. You know what I'm saying? It's party time. It's time to dance, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? Because we've got the best player in the Premier League right now, people. Right? Cole Palmer. Yeah? In 53 games, 31 goals, 19 assists. He's been directly involved in a goal every 82 minutes, cuz. 22. No one talks about his age. 50 GA in 53 games, right? In 53 games. Yeah?
That's crazy.
This guy has scored 4 goals. The first player in the Prem to score 4 goals in the first half. He has 3 hat-tricks. The same as Hasselbank. The same as Lampard. The same as Drogba. And these are Chelsea legends who played for us for years. He's only in his 2nd season, people. Yeah? He's only in his 2nd season at the club. And this is what he's doing. Yeah?
He's looking for another pay rise. That's what he's looking for.
And this is what he's doing globally. Not just in the league. Yeah? This is what he's doing globally right now. We're going global. He's taking this global. Esteval's doing it. All these men are doing it right now. Yeah, even Potter came on yesterday doing it, looking like what's that guy called the Apple guy? What's up? Steve Jobs? Is it Jobs? Yeah, Jobs. Jobs. Yeah, with the thing. But you can see here most goal involvement since last year September. Harry Kane's at the top, 38 goals, 11 assists. He's on 49, clearing everyone. Palmer's 2nd on 43. Yeah, and Haaland is 3rd. And we all know Haaland is an alien, yeah? This brother Palmer is an alien, and he's only going to keep getting better, yeah? We're going to add the likes of Esteval to this, add the likes of Payas to this, people, right? What Palmer is doing right now, listen, I was gassed with the signing. I was happy with the signing because like I keep saying, I watched the guy in the academy. I watched him for England under 21s. I watched him for Man City, and he never looked out of place, right? And I knew he'd put up numbers for us, but not to this level. This is a level that we haven't seen, really. You know what I'm saying? In this short time. It's mad what he's doing right now, bro. It's crazy, Couch. What did you think of his performance the other day, man? Honestly, this guy is just unbelievable, bro. He's unbelievable.
Well, first of all, I have to give you your flowers. I know you've been collecting them for the last year and a bit, but I have to give you your flowers on this one because, you know, I was basically on the Elise train, and then when we missed out on that, I was like, all right, well, what's the consolation? Okay, it's this Palmer kid. All right, cool, whatever. And brother, this kid is been nothing short of sensational. Like, I'm not even talking about like the records and all these like some other things. I'm talking about his actual in-game decision making. You know, the fact that he's a elite passer in the final third, the fact that he's an elite finisher in the final third. You know, he makes good decisions in the final third. Like all of these things are what make me, you know, I don't use the word world class very often. Like you can check the records. I just don't. You know, you have to be doing it for 3-4 years before I can say that. But for this kid in particular, just because of what I've been seeing at this level, I have to say he's world class. He's just world class. And I've only seen, you know, 12 months of his football. You know, but right now he's giving me world class. You know what I mean? Like you can't find another player in world football right now that is giving you the passing acumen, finishing acumen, decision making, you know, and his dribbling's not terrible. Like he's not really a guy that's going to be like dribbling past you, like, you know, beating you time and time again, but he's also very good at that as well. Ball to feet is very good. You know what I mean? So it's just the entire package right now is just so undeniable. It's just so undeniable. And yeah, I can't lie, man. He's more than exceeded my expectations. That goes without saying. I can say that probably about anybody, you know, like my expectations. Sorry, go ahead, Andrew.
Here's the thing. I've been watching Chelsea a lot older than you guys. I'm not going to date myself, but I've been watching them very pre-Roman.
And what are you doing cutting off your beard for, man? Were you supposed to keep them shits on, man? We're winning.
Nah, I couldn't be, but it looked like I'd been like straight, I looked like I've been trekking. It looked like I've been trekking the wilderness for a bit.
Nah,
but
you gotta take the
what I'll do is I'll plan it next time properly. Start out. The only player that he reminds me of that hit the ground running like this, that no one really expected much from, is Gianfranco Zola. Okay, he's the only one, not Hazard, because I think a lot was expected of Hazard. There was a big but Hazard had sort of a reputation still as a brilliant young player. He'd taken Lille, he captained Lille to championships, but Zola hit the ground. And remember, this was before like social media and stuff like that. Zola hit the ground running on one Player of the Year within 6 months of joining us. Do you know what else? I know he scored 4. I don't think he's 100% there yet still after scoring 4. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, I think he's had a good season, but it's not. I think he can go levels still. I don't think he's hit the heights of last season yet. Do you know what I mean? I think he can go further.
Yeah, performance.
And there's a different you know when a goal is special because there's a different type of sound from the crowd when a goal goes in. That free kick goal, that was a different kind of celebration. That was like that. Not it was because no one expected it, right? No, now you've added you've added free kicks. You've added free kicks now to this. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. There's not one type of goal this guy scores. And can I just say, that pass to Jackson in the second half, when he just like he didn't even look like he put any effort into it. He just went.
He caressed the ball, pinged it. He didn't even He just like.
And this guy's had no preseason. Remember, guys, him and Jackson have had no preseason apart from a few training sessions. They didn't play in any games. Jackson was injured as well. Do you know what I'm saying? This guy is unbelievable. And do you know what I like about him, Don?
Mm-hmm.
He wants more. I'm going to change my thing. I think he'll score more goals than assists this season. I was going the other way around because of the other players with him. He's a killer. He was disappointed. He only scored 4. He could have had a double hat trick. He could have had a double hat trick. He could have had a double hat trick in the weekend and 3 assists. We could have scored 9.
Like him so much, though.
Hold on, Ches, before you come in, before you even come in, Ches, let me just read the sign to marinate even more because Andrew's spitting facts right now. What we're seeing right now is unbelievable, people. Yeah, 4 or more goals on multiple occasions. This is 4 goals in one game on multiple occasions. Look at the people that he's sitting with. Aguero done it 3 times. Robbie Fowler done it twice. Owen done it twice. Solskjaer twice. Lampard done it twice. Berbatov done it twice. Yakubu done it twice. Andy Cole done it twice. Yeah, he's sitting with some all-timers right now, bro. Yeah, and
Alan Shearer's not even on that list. Alan Shearer, the record goal scorer in the Premier League, I don't think he's on that list, right? He's not even on that list. Alan Shearer. Think about that. The guy scored over 250 goals in the Premier League. He's not even on that. This guy, hopefully, no injury and stuff like this. He's unbelievable. He can score playing centrally now. He can score more. He can score more than last season.
And that's the thing, like
he can score more.
You know what I like about him the most, Jay? They're saying that the man for me, like bothered it. He's just unbothered. He's just very nonchalant. Very just like. And the thing is, the good thing about those players is that like the pressure, it doesn't seem to us like it gets them. So he's playing with nothing on his shoulders. He's just like playing his ball. He's good at football, so he just plays it. That's how he is. He's like, I'm good at football, so that's it. I'm just good at my job. And that's the kind of players I like because that means you can mold him into what you want him to be. You can kind of tell him different tactics. And he's not going to be too, no, I'm used to doing this way. No, I'm a right winger. No, he's not like that. You know, you can play 10, bro. Yeah, calm. I'll play 10 then. Calm. Just make sure you drop in the pockets and calm. And the thing is as well, and this is what I like the most about him, is that he can not ghost in the game because he's always doing something with a pass or a dribble. But the thing is, he's not like a Salah where he's quick and explosive and he's on the eye. You can see him moving and he's like very visual. He's very much a glider where in a game, he'll pick up the ball and just create a pass. But he won't do that 5 times in a row. But what he'll do is that 1 time out of 5, 10th minute in, he'll create like a goal scoring opportunity just like that.
I think he can do anything. I think he can do anything. I think he can do anything.
Well, like his 4th goal, Andrew.
I don't think there's nothing.
Just put it
I don't
in
think there's nothing he can't do.
Andrew, the only bit of real joy that we got in the Euros, he played a part in both of them. He gave Watkins the assist for the goal that Watkins scored in the last minute, and he scored in the final. I was with my boys. All my boys came to me like I'm Palmer. They started grabbing me like I'm Palmer.
And that moment, Couch. Obviously, he's not in the. That moment was, you know how gassed I was that day. That was so gassed, like,
bro. Yeah, everyone was just grabbing me like I'm Palmer because they know how I was raving on about this guy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that he's basically just doing, like you're saying, Ches. Yeah, that's why for me, I always say, my preference is footballers with a lot of natural ability, right? Things that you can't coach. You can't coach a man to play that pass, Couch. I don't know if you heard what we're saying about the pass he played to Jackson.
Of course.
You can't coach a man to do that. Yeah,
no.
You can't coach a man to do that, right? Jackson scored a lot of goals last season because the weight of pass and the creativity for Jackson was spot on. I don't know if you guys remember at the start of last season, I kept saying we're creating chances, but they're not clear cut. Yeah, Jackson's getting scrappy chances. That changed when Palmer came in. When Palmer came into the team, Jackson was getting plated for. Remember the goal that we scored against Burnley when Palmer just played it to Jackson, caressed it to Jackson. Against Brighton, caressed it to Jackson, right? That's why their partnership is A1, because Palmer makes it so much easier for Jackson, and Jackson does the same thing for Palmer, right? So for me, bro, he's only gonna get better. Like Andrew said, this season against West Ham he was good. Against Bournemouth, I thought he was poor. In the second half. Against Palace, I thought he was poor all game, right? So we haven't even seen Palmer playing at best yet. You know what I'm saying?
But you know the thing is too, and I think that this is something that harkens back to what we're talking about Maresca. I think that the system and the players on the pitch is only going to help him, because the way we play, the way we set up in the final third, the way we play, like the 3-2-5 or 3-2-4-1, however you want to describe it, it puts so much pressure on opposing teams' backline and whatnot. And if you want to key on, say, Palmer, like how Bournemouth did or whatever. I think Bournemouth was the ones kicking him about. No, it was West Ham that was kicking him about.
West Ham were booing
we have
him
other
about.
players. We have other players in and around him right now that you're providing more space for, and we have the players now in that team that will hurt you if you provide them with that space. So it's like pick your poison. It's either you key on Palmer and you kick him out of the game, but then you allow for other guys to get in.
Sancho, Neto, that's the whole thing. And that's I also think now. I think he even starting to think, I don't have to go all the way over there. I don't have to track back as much. I literally can play like a striker. I mean, basically, Brighton, he played like a striker. Let's be honest, right? He was making the runs. Enzo was we were cutting them apart and stuff like that. You had Sancho on there. I mean, it's just, it's frightening. People go, oh, what if he gets, back to your point, what if he gets double teamed or Mama? Okay, well, we've got someone else now.
And that's not even the worst part.
We're going to have to concentrate on Sancho, concentrate on Neto, concentrate on Jackson. How many men are you going to put out of position? We're going to score. Fine, man, mark everyone.
And just not even the worst part. It was worse. I heard people today, no names in it because it's not that kind of space, but I'm hearing people talk about, what if he goes Madrid? What if Chelsea don't make top 4 this season? Now, there's two sides to this. You're very salty, one, obviously, that's why you're saying that. And two, when I'm hearing Chelsea fans say that makes no sense. Focus on the player right now. The guy that's got 4 goals, why are we discussing him going Madrid next year? Okay. He ain't going
Madrid
nowhere.
400 million.
He's on a 9-year contract for a reason. This is why people want to backtrack on the sporting directors and Chelsea's model. And now all of a sudden I'm hearing people say, maybe they did have a plan all along. Maybe the contracts aren't a bad idea.
Because negativity sells.
Bro, it's just what it is. What it is.
Michael Palmer's it's going to cost you a lot of money, bro.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. Let's go through some of the super chats because a lot of them have been flying. Yeah, big up Tanya, big up for the support every time, and love for the donation, Tanya. She says, let's start pushing Palmer best in the world, bro. He's cleared the league, boys. This guy is on another planet. They're forcing the Saka Foden debate, man. Listen, I said from early that he's a better player than Saka. Couch, to be fair, was pushing back on me a lot.
I was not pushing back. What did I say to you? I said, why can't they just both coexist? I didn't say anything about why could they not?
They can play together.
Saka's a good player. Cole Palmer's a good player. I did not say. I wasn't trying to pick any sides. Oh, this guy's better.
No, but you said Saka's better. But I don't want to get into that anyway. It brings.
Don't even try that, man.
I was telling you that. What did you say then? I'm pretty sure you said
exactly what I said. I said they're both very good players. They are both very good players.
Who do you think's better now then?
What do you mean who I think's better now? I just
who do you think's
better? There's only one world-class player here.
Okay. That's
he's
okay.
He's the one who said world-class. None of us did.
That's it then. Listen, for me, like I said, I said it from early, man, because, bro, just use your eyes. And the thing is, he meets the eye test and he puts up numbers as well. Right? People think I just like footballers that look good, flamboyant, and that, bro. No. Yeah. If you look good on the ball, I still expect you to put up numbers. They're the best sort of footballers, right? You've got AP
and they
as
can't
well.
They can't even go last season. They can't even go, well, does he do it in big games? He did it in the big games last season.
He got
they can't even like, oh, does he do it in big games? He scored for his country in a final as well. Do you know what I mean? I mean, what are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? He does it in the biggest of big games. All that's gonna hold. We need to get in the Champions League. That's what we need to get in the Champions League. Because if he performs in the Champions League, there's no all it's going to be is what has he won? That's the only argument that's going to be up there. What has he won? And we need to win things. That's all it is with this guy.
100%, man. AP says by the end of the season, I think Palmer and Sancho will be the best partnership in the league. I can see the chemistry already. Listen, they've got a very good chemistry, man. You can just tell they're boys as well. Like after the game, they were talking to each other. They were celebrating together. The thumbnail today, you can see them celebrating together. Sancho's going to put up numbers for us, people. Put it that way. Yeah, and when Sancho as well, in front of goal, he's not a bum. He will score goals, right? But he'll facilitate more. That's the thing about Sancho. That's how he
roasted that right back on Saturday. He absolutely obliterated. I know he's a left back naturally, but he absolutely obliterated both halves as well. There was one in the second half where and that's where we talk about he doesn't need explosive pace. He just needs a trick, and he's got it to get past someone. He did it for the penalty. He just looks like he enjoyed himself. He just like 25 million. That's not talked about enough, by the way. 25 million. You know what? 25 million.
How much do we get from us?
You see if that was us? If that was us selling Sancho, that'd be 85 right there. We'd get 85 right there, even if he was on loan. We'd get 85 money. Guaranteed.
Big money.
Ridiculous.
Big up President Jaffa every time. Big up my guy Don towards the internet fund. Yo, my internet was moving.
Don's always logging out at some point in the stream.
I know, man. It's when you open. I like to ready the tabs before, innit? When you open a page when you're streaming,
sometimes.
You got Robert as well. Big up Robert. I always see this guy crashing it on Matisse.
Nah, this guy, hey Robert, you need to keep doing your thing on Big Six. Robert, don't listen to Matisse. Keep doing your thing. Keep putting propaganda.
He's been saying it for time. And me and Chels.
I see you as well. I need to start super chatting in Big Six. I love it, man. You man do your thing.
Listen, Robert. It says here. This is why I've been saying for 18 months that our recruitment is elite and our sporting directors are good. We are very well run. We're about to add 2 more Palmers to this squad next summer, bro. Listen, I kept saying.
He's been consistent with that, Don. You know, he's been saying that.
He's been saying it for time. Even me, people keep saying to me, "Oh, you just like every player that Chelsea signed." I'm like, no, bro. When I was trying to sign Omarodian, I did not want this guy.
No, exactly.
I did not want Adaptable. But if we've got good scouts, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just like fake outrage, right? You lot are lucky I wasn't on YouTube when there was recruitment being done with Roman. I hated that recruitment. I used to speak about it. I was so negative about it, right? People would think I'm, like I keep saying, they would think I'm the Chelsea League gunner because I fucking hated that recruitment. It was so bad.
During one of these international breaks, we got to talk about that because the recruitment under Roman in the last 5 years.
We've got a show for that one, yeah? And then we've got one more here. Michael Ofori. Noni's been okay. Passed to Sancho for the offside goal. Created another chance for Gusto. Crossed to Sancho. He won the free kick. Cole Palmer scored. He had one chance to shoot and hit the goalpost. Less support. The thing is, Michael, listen, he hasn't been abysmal. Like, he hasn't been bad. It's just in the final third, he can make better decisions and he can put up more numbers. Yeah, it's been hot and cold. He can improve. That's the main thing, yeah? And you got Brian as well. We lose, we toxic. We win, it's all gravy, baby. Yeah, it's all gravy, baby, man. I think that's a good way to finish up before Champions League, man. You know what I'm saying? But people, still got 290 people in the house. Before you lot leave, make sure you're still smashing up the like. Make sure you're still subscribing to the channel, people. Road to 10K. I keep saying, yeah? Road to 10K. We're nearly on 4.5K now. And we're going to get there soon. Man. But listen, Couch, let them know where they can find you, man. Love for coming on as always, bro.
Yeah, every time, man. Every time. Couch Critic is on YouTube. I just do tactical reviews. So simple, plain, easy stuff, you know. But yeah, thanks for having me on again, Don. And yeah, let's keep it moving, man. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving, people. Listen, if you don't love tactics, make sure you check out Couch. Me and Couch go back and forth in the group chat all the time about tactics. So make sure you check him out, man. Andrew, love for hopping on, man. I know you had work, you had to go in the office and whatnot, but I appreciate every time, man.
Yeah, no problem. And just on a side note, I'm not hearing anything from Strasbourg fans either since they're now second in Ligue 1 and just beat Marseille at the weekend as well. They undefeated Marseille.
It's a big win. That's the Zerbi's.
I'm just saying. I'm not hearing anything from that member. All these protests, I'm not hearing any.
I'm not hearing much talk about the Zerbi anymore. I'm not hearing much talk about the Zerbi anymore.
Winning cures everything. So let's get a couple of wins.
Big up Robert, yeah, because Andre Santos, that's another one that these lot have signed.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's another gem. We can't be sending that guy alone next. He needs to stay in the squad. He needs to stay in the squad next. Yeah.
So let's get a couple more wins before we sign up for international break. But yeah, I'll tweet out what I'm on. But more importantly, subscribe to this channel and we move.
Facts, man. But Chez, we need to see you more often, man. What you say? Let them know where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, I'll try and come here. I know Don told me Tuesday afternoons. Yeah, so cool. But yeah, my YouTube's in the chat. Obviously, my TikTok's here. I post on that every day as well. But yeah, make sure you following everybody up, all in the same boat, man. So get everyone subscribes up, posts up. Yeah, love for the love all the time, man.
Exactly.
Chelsea's doing well, so it's always better when we're winning. Right?
100%.
So, come on, man.
Always, man. But let's see what's
I
going
got
on.
myself a new top the other day. I haven't bought a top for years. I was like, you know what? Got myself
What,
a
the
new
away one?
Chelsea top. The home kit, bro.
You bought the home kit, yeah? I still haven't bought that one,
Yeah.
you know. I need to buy it. In fact, let me order it.
I love
tonight,
it. Which one? Which away one should I get? The black one, you man, or the beige one?
I'm getting both. I'm getting
The beige
both.
one.
I'm getting both.
Bro, that in winter time, you man. The winter game, the black thing.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice.
I'm getting Palmer on the back of the black one.
Palmer on the black one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'll be cold.
I always like. I would love this club to always have a black away kit. It just looks so sleek. That's all. It just looks nice.
You know what? Yeah. Hey, you persuaded me, Edge. I'm getting the black one as well. I'll get both. 100%.
I like both away kits. Let me tell you right now, I like both away kits. And even the home one's starting to grow on me.
Cold.
It's starting to grow on me. Do you know what I mean? It's really starting to grow on me. Get that Qatari Airways across the front, though. You know what I mean? Get that Qatari.
Qatari, that would be nice. That would be clean, bro.
And the bag as well. And the bag as well, man. The bag.
Yeah. Listen, people, yeah. As always, up the fucking Chels. We need to beat Forest. We need to beat Ghent. We fucking move, bruv. In a bit. Love.
Cheers.